Every winter I usually get the same question. Which jacket is best out of the Canada Goose range? Is it the Carson, is it the Macmillan, or is it the Wyndham Parker? Now to be fair, these jackets cater to different needs, styles, requirements, climates, preferences. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly the differences between these three jackets. I mean, I've had all of these jackets, so I know exactly the differences between all of them. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the differences between these jackets so you will know exactly which one is right for you. So with that being said, let's get into the video. So the first jacket we're going to look at is the Canada Goose Macmillan. Now personally, I'm a big fan of that Macmillan. I'm going to start with that one because it's the lightest jacket out of the collection, but not by much. It's one of the ones that deal with the lowest temperatures out of all of these jackets, which is minus 15 Celsius. Now don't get me wrong, that's a temperature where that's super cold. So you're never going to be in a situation, well I hope not, you're never going to be in a situation in the UK where it's going to be minus 15 Celsius. All of these jackets are going to keep you super warm regardless. Now let's remember, Canada Goose jackets are more time designed for Arctic conditions. It really decides on what you are going to do. Are you going to go somewhere where it's really cold? Are you going to spend the night in your freezer one night because you just fancy it? Why would you ever want to do that? But yeah, you get my point. It really depends on what you're going to do when you're wearing these jackets. But if you're staying put in the UK and you're just running around normally, all of these jackets are going to be fine. But some people might want a jacket that's going to be a little bit more lighter but still a parka. Then the Macmillan is a good choice for you to go for. By the way, this jacket has been sponsored by Louisa Roma, but I will be getting into that in just a second. This jacket is a hip length jacket. Now with Canada Goose jackets, the Arctic Tech Parkers, you're either going to get a hip length jacket, which means it just sits at the hip, or you're going to get more of a full length jacket, which means it's a little bit lower right up to the knees, okay? It's lighter than the rest of the jacket. So this is going to be good if you're just kind of running around locally, you're in the city or something like that. Then this one is going to be good because it's not going to be too heavy. Some of the complaints that people have said about Canada Goose jackets is
they're just a little bit too warm, they're just a little bit too big, they're just too big. Like, I need something that's going to be a little bit lighter.
Then the Macmillan Parker might be more for you. Now, what I personally love about the Macmillan Parker is the design is just very simple, it's very elegant, there's not too much going on. The pockets on it are pretty simple as well. And what I've noticed over the years is that Macmillan Parker has grown in popularity. Back in the day, it used to be the Chilliwack Parker that everyone used to love. Then it kind of went to the Carson, then it went to the Macmillan, and then now I would say it's probably Wyndham is probably one of the most popular parkers at the moment, but I'll get onto that one in a minute. It does come with a hood, which is not removable. It is a permanent hood as well. It's got two pockets on the side here, and it's also got this netting feature that you see on the sides there as well if you want to put your storage. It's also got one little side pocket in here so you can put your mobile and other things as well. And also to note that inside the pockets you do have these fleece pockets, so if you want to keep your hands warm, you just stuff them in there and rummage them around, and it will keep your hands warm and dry. Now, one of the things I would say about the Canada Goose Parkers is they are just water repellent, which means they will handle a low amount of rain, but if it gets a bit too kind of Arctic rainy, is that even a thing? Arctic rainy? If it just gets a little bit too heavy with the rain, then these jackets are not really designed for that. You would probably want to go for more of their raincoats, which are more designed for the rain and can be either highly water resistant or waterproofed, okay? So guys, all of these jackets were available from Louisa Roma, and if you got in time for the Black Friday special, you would have got yourself 40% off these jackets, as well as lots of other different jackets as well. So I'll put a link in the description box below so you guys can go ahead and check out those offers. They've also got a lot of new season stock, so it's worth checking that out. We visited Louisa Roma over in Italy, and they're one of the biggest retailers in Europe. They all want 100% official stock here, so you don't need to worry about anything there. I truly recommend them, and they've got a massive stock of items as well, which is worth you checking out. Right, so this is the Wyndham Parker now. So the Wyndham Parkers, these ones are a little bit more heavier than the Macmillan Parker. And personally, I think these are one of the favorites over the last 2 years for many people. I don't know what it is. It seems like if someone's favorite celebrity or rapper or artist wears a jacket, then suddenly that was the one that becomes the most popular one. Personally, for me, I've never been a massive fan of the Wyndham, and that's just personal preference. And this is what it's about. It's about really, when you're looking at these jackets, more time it's about the style that you like. Now, this one is a large. The Macmillan that I tried on was an extra large. For me, I'm personally a true to size large, so this fits me perfectly. Even though I had the Macmillan at extra large, I still felt like the size was just, it was good. It wasn't bad, but I'd probably go for a large in the Macmillan. Although the extra large did suit me as well, so it depends on how you like to wear it. With the Wyndham, I'd say it's a little bit more going on with the Wyndham because you've got these large pockets that you can see on either side of the jacket. And with these large pockets, you get 4 compartments. So you get 2 at the bottom here, and you also get 2 at the top as well. If I can just find it. Yeah, somewhere in there. I swear there's a pocket in here. Let me just see it. Yeah, there is. Yep, got it, right, cool. So yeah, you got 2 pockets at the top and you got 2 pockets also at the bottom. It's also got a hood here as well, which can come over like this. And you can either extend it or detract it like that, depending on the weather, okay? Now the temperature that this jacket can handle is minus 20 degrees Celsius, so an extra 5 degrees more than the Macmillan. So if you're going into more colder climates, then this one is really gonna keep you warm. It is also a hip length jacket as well, which means it just stops at the hip, so you're only gonna get protection up until that point. One thing that I think people like about this jacket as well is that you can remove the hood. So the hood is removable with a zip, so that can come off. And one thing to also mention as well is the Canada Goose Wyndham jacket in particular used to come with a fur trim, whereas now it comes with this kind of down piece here that you can see, which is detachable, and that bit can actually be removed. So if you can find the ruff, or you have a spare ruff from one of your older jackets, you can attach it to your jacket as well. But do bear in mind that the hood ruffs are different in size, so you have to make sure that it's the right size for your jacket, okay? I guess it's a little bit more thicker and heavier than the Macmillan. I like my jackets to be a little bit more thicker. So for me, this is one of the reasons why I do like the Wyndham, because there's a little bit more weight to it. This one might be not ideal if you're going on the tube and you're running around in the city doing lots of different things. But you have the tendency to get pretty hot in this one. But to be fair, that's going to be the case with all of these jackets. Now remember, as I said, these jackets are water repellent, so they'll manage a splash of rain. But if it gets a little bit too hectic with the rain, then these jackets are not going to perform as well as a raincoat, which is going to do much better. But then with the raincoats, they're not going to keep you as warm. So that is one thing to bear in mind, okay? One of the things that I noticed about these jackets as well is that the new ones all come with these straps. Now the purpose of these straps is if you get a bit too hot when you're walking around, you can just throw them on like this, and you can just have it hanging off if it gets a little bit too hot. Okay, so that's the whole purpose of the strap. Now moving on to the last jacket is the Canada Goose Carson jacket. Now this one for me is one of my favorites. I like the Carson and the Emery Parker because they're a little bit longer in length. So these ones are more your full length Parker jackets. The other reason why I tend to like the Carson is because I feel like less people go for the Carson. I feel like the Wyndham and the Macmillan are the more popular of the jackets, whereas the Carson I feel like is not as popular. But me personally, I think for Canada Goose jackets, I like the fact that they are more of a long length jacket for me, okay? Now this one is a size medium, so it's really kind of snug fitting on me, probably a little bit too tight. So me being a size large, I would opt for a large in this jacket. You can see here that we've got the paneling going all the way around. It's quite similar to the design of the Macmillan. Now the temperature that this jacket can handle is minus 25 degrees Celsius. That's a whole 10 degrees more than the Macmillan and 5 degrees more than the Wyndham Parker as well. This one has a permanent hood, and it's also what they call a tunnel hood as well, which means it can be extended like this. So if it gets a little bit too cold, you extend it, and then you can just wrap it around like that, and then you're going to be protected from the cold. Now remember, as I said, these jackets are built for more Arctic conditions, so that's why they have a lot of these features. In Canada, obviously the temperatures there can get really, really cold, so it's more designed for those temperatures. In here in the UK, are you really going to be using all these features? I mean, I don't know. I think people like them more for style, which is absolutely fine, but I think all of these jackets are going to be able to withstand the temperatures here in the UK. The other main difference on this jacket as well is that it's got a pocket right here to the chest, and it's got 2 pockets here to the side. And also the pockets here are fleeced as well. So you've also got the fleece and you've got the netting on the inside of these pockets. And this one also comes with the straps as well. So guys, all of these jackets were available from Louisa Via Roma. And if you got in time for the Black Friday special, you would have got yourself 40% off these jackets, as well as lots of other different jackets as well. So I'll put a link in the description box below so you guys can go ahead and check out those offers. They've also got a lot of new season stock, so it's worth checking that out. And they've got a massive stock of items as well, which is worth you checking out. So listen, with that being said, I'll be doing lots more videos like this, so make sure you stay tuned for it. As for now, I'm out of here. Peace.